First disaster. What's going on, guys? Thanks for clicking. If this is your first time tuning into the channel, my name is Blaine Roberts. I run Panhandle Salt Beach Fishing. I'm offering surf fishing guides, surf fishing lessons, and sight casting guides along the Panhandle's coast. Perdido Key, Pensacola, Orange Beach, and Gulf Shores, Alabama are my areas of service. We are also selling tackle and apparel under the same name, Panhandle Salt, and we offer family beach portraits. So if you're down on vacation in the area, you want to do some fishing, you want to get some photos done, Panhandle Salt can take care of you. Let's jump right into this video and dissect this beach cart dolly created by Deerfield Fabrication. So how I acquired this was from my good buddy Frisky Fins. Brian Sorrell, the owner and operator of Deerfield Fabrication and Welding, made this for Frisky Fins right at a year ago. Both Brian and Frisky Fins are sponsors of our tournaments. We do 2 tournaments a year every 6 months. The Panhandle Salt Pompano Showdown. Do one in spring and one in fall. Basically every April and every October. So last fall, Brian came down from North Carolina and he brought Frisky this cart. I think it was kind of a thank you gift because Frisky put Brian up during tournament weekend. So Brian saved a ton of money on like hotel. So to show his appreciation, he brought Frisky this cart. Frisky Fins, the business, is growing rapidly, y'all. He's running out of space. Like his garage is packed out. So I was fishing with Frisky yesterday and he had the cart out there and he was telling me about how it was so buried in the back of his garage that it was like hard for him to get. So we got to talking. I told him I had some extra room. So basically I'm gonna store the cart for Frisky with the stipulation that I get to use it whenever I want. I'm gonna give it a good go, guys, and if I'm like really enjoying it and really find a need for it, I'll get one, you know, personal for myself. I also asked him if there was any upgrades I saw that I could do to it, would it be okay? And he said yes. So I've already pinpointed a couple things that I'm gonna do to it. As we go over the dolly, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're gonna go ahead and get this guy in the garage. I'm really gonna break everything down for you, show you all the features. I'm gonna first go over just what this guy can handle. So you got 4 rod holders here. 2 here, 2 here. Got 4 sand spike holders. There's 2 that go there and 2 that go here. In the back here, your standard 5-gallon bucket will sit. Little tackle tray up top, super cool. Your scooper right here, that's what it looks like to me. That's what I've been calling it, the scooper. That's where your cooler will sit. Brian's put the top of the line, the wheelies on here. Obviously a lot smaller version than, let's say, my regular beach cart. I'm a little concerned with those on how they're gonna flow through this sand here in the Panhandle. We have soft, like flour-like sand here, guys. Those big tires over there, they float right through it. So I'm wondering about these little ones. We are gonna give this guy a test run in this video, completely loaded down, and we'll really see how these smaller wheels work. I like the idea of it. It's gonna cut down on weight, cut down on like getting into the back of the truck and like transporting it. But is it gonna function? Brian's put in some release clips here, so this whole top bar will come off for storage purposes or transporting. And then Brian, with his craftsmanship, has cut out like the Deerfield logo here, so you could put anything there. And then again, the Frisky Fins. So that's it, real simple run and gun style beach dolly. 4 4-foot sand spikes came with the dolly. They got the angled tip to go in the sand easier and to fit in the dolly. This is my personal favorite sand spike that Brian does. It's the open face. So instead of having the full tubular, it's got the open. For me, I can get my rod out of here a lot quicker to get that tension on the fish. Rod butt drops down in there. And he's got the foot pegs on it for easy mounting purposes. Put that guy in the sand, step on it, boom, it's in the sand. So these guys are gonna put right in there. All 4 of them fit nice and snug. This is just a great, great design to eliminate having to like strap on sand spikes with bungee cords, things like that. They are not going anywhere. Your cooler will go right on the scooper. 5-gallon bucket with all your gear will slide right back here. So very quick, got all that stuff on there. I'm gonna get it outside, we'll get the rods on. Let's get our 4 rods on. It is absolutely blistering hot out here. He's got these angled too, so they shouldn't bump into each other. 4 surf rods. Then you have the sand flea rake. Obviously, you got to take. So I believe I'm going to try this setup where I put the rake right here on top of the cooler. Now this is the part where you got to strap everything down, right? Because as soon as you lift this guy, that bucket's going to fall off. There's no brace in the front of it. This was a prototype. I think this is the first time Brian Sorrell from Deerfield ever tried anything like this. So there are a few things that I see that can be improved. The 5-gallon bucket holder as one. I'd like to see this thing where you don't have to use any bungees at all. That everything on the cart has a perfect molded spot where everything fits. Possibly even the sand flea rake. So let me find a bungee. And what I think I'm going to do... I think I'm going to actually use the sand spikes as a point. Wrap this guy around. No, that's not going to work because I still got to secure the sand flea rake. So let's actually use the sand flea rake as a point. Probably going to have to hold it, wrap it around the bucket, and then back to the sand flea rake. That works, guys. That looks secure to me. That is not going anywhere. Let's give it a test. Pull her up. Nothing's falling. It looks good. Now, obviously, we're going to have the issue of bumpy sand. So as we're pushing this thing through the beach, it's not going to be easy as this flat driveway. So it's going to be bumping. It's going to be bouncing around. I think everything's deep enough in that bucket where it's not going to fall out. You could probably even use a lid for the top of the bucket to keep everything in there. So I got a lid for the Panhandle salt buckets. If you order a Panhandle salt bucket and you want a lid, just ask me. I keep some on hand. So you could put that on there, and then actually that would double as like a cutting board. So you could actually use the surface of that lid to cut bait, things like that. And with this lid on there like this, that's not going anywhere. All the stuff inside, even if it's bouncing along the sand or even going over curbs and stuff like that in parking lots, like actually getting onto the beach, nothing's gonna pop out of that bucket. I did have to take my hook remover out of the bucket though, because it was too long. So now I have that, which I could probably throw inside the cooler, or even maybe just kind of lay it in the sand flea rake like that. To me, that looks ready to go. Now, just to give you like a 360 view of everything, she is strapped on there. I don't have any kind of bungee system in front of the cooler. I don't think it's going to matter because the weight's going to shift to the back once I lift that dolly. But everything's out of the way. It looks properly spaced, like the reels aren't going to bang together or anything like that. We got everything we need on there for a successful day on the beach. In theory, it looks great. It looks ready to go. But I want to get it down on the beach, give it an actual test run, do some distance walking with this thing, and just see if things bounce out or bang together or whatever. Again, being on this nice smooth driveway, it looks excellent. But the real test is going to be on the beach. All right, I'm not going to take the lid because not everybody has a lid. So really just to see what the majority of the people are going to be working with. I don't believe a lot of people have lids for their buckets. So we're going to roll with it just like that. All right, we made it down here. I just used the same bungee that I'm strapping the bucket on with just to kind of secure this guy in the truck here. I was able to get everything in here with the porta rod system. That is super important for me. I need that porta rod system. So I was a little concerned it wasn't going to work. But as you can see, I just got the whole beach cart here pushed to the side, and I got my 4 rods on this side, and it fits perfectly. All right, guys, our first little obstacle here. Got a curb. Right over.
Wow, that's quite a contraction.
This is our test run. All right, guys, with Thunder on here, the sampling rig's a little sketchy, but just to see, with Thunder's weight, this thing tanks right through this soft sand. All right, hold on a second. And this is pushing it, and you can also pull this guy
Backwards.
Yeah, this seems a little easier. First disaster. when I strapped back on my bungee, I didn't wrap it good around the bucket here, and she dumped off.
It worked.
All right, let's try this again. Get this bucket in the bucket holder here.
Big wheel.
And pull this up. We might.
I see a big ant. I see a queen ant on your wheel.
You see a queen ant?
Yeah, it's big.
Oh, wait a minute. I see a better idea, Thunder.
What?
Hold on a second. Let me get this out. All right. We can wrap it around and then clip it into those guys. Instead of wrapping it on the cord, these little pins right here that Brian's got, so you can take that off. That's gonna hold it, dude. That ain't going nowhere.
And that camera's going nowhere.
Or drop it down like that.
That camera's going nowhere.
There we go. Just took us a minute to figure it out. Now with Thunder off of it, obviously a lot lighter. Bucket's holding. Oh yeah. Second issue. As I was walking, my rig here, my hook caught my hat and pulled it right off my head. Thank God that didn't catch my ear. Guys, that was a pretty good haul we did down the beach. I'll show you the entrance now. So that's a good trick. Just to kind of get the feel of this thing. Again, I was concerned about the smaller wheels, not an issue. If you're living in like an apartment or a condo or somewhere with a small space, again, this is the cart for you. As I showed you before, the handle easily comes off for storage. You can pop those wheels off. That thing would fit inside of a closet. I'm happy with it. I like it. Thunder, what are we gonna name this bad boy?
Thunderstorm.
What?
Thunderstorm.
Thunderstorm? You want to call it Thunderstorm? I'm okay with that. Guys, I have Brian's website linked in the description of this video. You guys go check him out. Again, Deerfield Fabrication and Welding. He is a continued sponsor for our tournaments, the Panhandle Salt Pompano Showdown. So he will be here in October. October 20, 21st, and 22nd are the dates of that tournament. I will link the Facebook group in the description of this video also. You guys check that out. Angler registration will open, I think, September 1st. Everything that I'm involved with Panhandle Salt is also linked in the description, so you guys check that out also. Whew, I gotta get in some AC. See y'all next time.